Alright, so, Dad, this is for you, trying to help you out here. This is going to be the simplest way I can think to show you how to do this. So first off, obviously, you know WASD moves your character around, okay? This is the average way you move around. We know that, okay. I presume. Now here's something else. When you look around like this, you're holding your right click. This, and by the way, don't mind anything else on the screen. This is just how you look around. You want to try to keep your mouse, first off, away from your character to a certain degree, because it's very easy to accidentally do this in the middle of combat or something, and next thing you know, you're turning around again. We don't want to do that. Okay? That's an easy one. Got it out of the way. Here's the thing. You can also move around like this. This is an option too, to move around like this. Now this isn't the fastest way to move around, but this is one way to move around. And this is a really big one. You're going to be walking around a lot like this, despite the fact that you would think, well, I don't want to walk like this, because you can't back up this fast. Because obviously your character turns around, you're going to get bit. So we have to use this to back up, and we have swing or push. Space bar is to push. If a zombie ever gets too close, which we'll show you a little more, I'll show you just in a little bit here. And I equip this as the primary weapon. Alright. We have a rolling pin as our weapon, okay? This is not the greatest weapons, but it will have to do. So if we swing, obviously, and you can see we slow down when we swing. That is a bit of a problem, but we can handle that. That's not a big deal. I feel like I'm doing a YouTube video and I gotta talk more than I need to. But, so, I'm going to go ahead and fight this zombie. Now, what you don't want to do is actually stand. The first thing you're going to do is learn to navigate backwards, and you swing as the zombie gets into range. Now, it's a little foggy outside today. You can sometimes approach a zombie. One zombie. I could already see another one coming, but there are several others, and that one's looking like he's jogging a little bit. I did not work on the settings correctly, so I do that, and I back up. That's the big thing, you just back up. And if the zombie closes in on me, swing. Well, let's say he got too close. We can push with our hands. It's a little faster than swinging your weapon. You can see I knocked 2 zombies down. That's something you do. You can technically spin to make sure you're safe. And the game auto-push there after the zombies got too close. Swing, sorry. And now we're swinging. I've got multi-hit on there. I'll hit space just to go ahead and keep those guys back. This is called multi-hit. This is something we should have said in your game. This allows you to hit the targets at the same time. Your game needed this. Now, they're on the ground. We can beat their head in this way, but there's also you can hit control space. In this case, it's not going to matter. But you can stomp on their heads and save your weapon, because your weapon is going to fall apart over time. So, in general, you always want to kind of take a swivel around to look where you're at and see what's going on. I'm not really trying to survive here too well, but I'm trying to also show you how to survive. So, I am surviving, but I'm not surviving. Because actively, I'm already not doing what I need to do, which is go find a gun as soon as possible. So, here we are, we're backing up, take a hit. Do that. Knock this guy down. If we want to try to save our melee weapon, we can walk up on him. This guy can't stand up, no matter how much he wants to. We're standing up. However, that's something we need to be aware of. But I don't want to risk my weapon in this case. I'm going to control space, and I'm going to try to aim my foot, and I kind of did, and it killed him. I stomped on his head, crushed him. Control space will stomp on a head. And you'll notice I walk around a lot like this, especially when I first get moving. Now, I want to get over here a little faster and go this way. I can hit shift to run, to get closer, and I just start moving. I can handle 1 zombie at a time, probably without moving. Check behind me. No matter what you do, this one's starting to stand up, and it stood up even though I was getting up on it. The zombie died. It died. Got a couple more. We want that zombie's backpack, actually. So here we go for a little bit more survival. So, swing. Alright, we have 2 zombies, and they're spread out. So what we're going to do is we want to lead one away. And they move a little faster than most of you. So, trying to pull a zombie if it's close is a good idea. Space bar. You can turn around like I did just a minute ago, because you can most of the time outlaunch them. But you need to be careful about doing it. I'm going to swing. I don't know that she's not dead, but the other one's coming. We're going to roll around. We swing, and we just take the zombies we can. That zombie just had its head crack. You could hear it. There's a specific sound when a head splatters. zombie is dead, just like that. Dead zombies make a different noise. So, one of the things we want is that backpack. And the reason why we want this backpack is the backpack lowers encumbrance. You have a limited amount of weight. Sometimes it's higher or lower. I took the strong straight, which gives me 18 strength. You're limited. This backpack allows you to put items on you rather than it being, if I can find something heavy. Okay, well, look at these shoes. If we put it in our main inventory, we click and drag. Do not double click. This you can do. But rather than that, we're going to click and drag. And that brings it to our main inventory. This is the fastest way to get an item into your inventory. Click and drag and draw it into your main inventory that's open. However, you can also do this. You notice it's 3.47. It drops to 2.47. The shoes weigh 1 pound. Same shoes if we put it in the backpack. The shoes only raise the weight by 0.3. A backpack lowers your weight. So having things in a backpack is a good deal. But the backpack is a separate inventory. With it being a separate inventory, I apparently have oatmeal cookies and chocolate milk now too. We're going to eat those real quick because we need to feed our character anyway. But the backpack reduces the weight. It has a weight total of 15 pounds. The shoes weigh 1 pound. But on us, it only weighs 0.3. Again, I'll show you by dropping the shoes onto the ground. The backpack is empty, and we have this food carton. We're going to get rid of it too. So we can see 2.31 pounds. I'm going to go to the ground in this case versus the zombie body. I'm going to click and drag that to the backpack. Takes a little longer to get it in your backpack, but not long. And we're now in our backpack, and you can see 2.61. And again, we're going to move this to our main inventory. 2.61 to 3.31. It also takes time to move from your backpack to your hands. Certain things you don't need, this ID card, I'm going to toss it. We don't need it. If it's in your hands, it doesn't weigh nearly as much either. That's always nice too. So items in your hands don't weigh you down. So your weapon can help you. But if you put your weapon, let's just say we put that rolling pin on our belt. I'm going to put it up. I don't think I can put it on my belt actually. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and hold this. Notice we're at 4.26 pounds. If we equip as a primary, it lowers the weight. We don't weigh nearly as much. This is a favor to us by holding onto this weapon. Now, this is a rolling pin, and obviously not the greatest weapon in the world. I'm also in Muldra, and this is a crazy place to be doing a video. At this level. I don't know what's going on. So, that is how you basically move around and manage your inventory. One other thing that I wanted to talk about in this one, and I'm going to make another one on guns here shortly, is when you go into an area. Okay, actually, here's something. You walk up to this window and press E. This will open a window if it's possible. Sometimes you're not strong enough, sometimes you are. And if you're strong enough, you can even break a window. If the window doesn't open the first time, hit E again. Hold it. Make it happen. Yeah, messed up a couple times. Oh, and there it broke. Alright. Ah! Sometimes it's okay to run. Alright. So in this case, So in this case, I'm going to push, because it's all I can do. And I'm going to get up on his face, stomp on his head. You do not want to fight a bunch of zombies doing the push method. This is for single zombies only. Pushing, unless it's just to get a zombie away from you for a minute to move, to adjust, you do not want to push. Pushing is an emergency action. We're going to go back in here and find something. It might be a frying pan, I don't know what. There's always food in the refrigerator if your character's hungry, at least for now. This is not where you should be basing. There's a whisk. And you see I can click, I'm also clicking the cabinets. You can click the cabinets directly. We're going to look through these. A strainer, a spatula. There's really not a lot here, it looks like. Mutton chops that are burnt. None of that's a weapon. So we're going to check here. Oh, look, we found... I didn't even mean to find a gun. So we've got a gun. This could be all one video now. We're going to pick up this gun. I'm going to grab the few rounds we have. Hopefully we have a magazine. So we have a Glock 18, which unfortunately this thing's fully automatic. I don't know why it looks like it was in the kids' room, but it was in the kids' room. Maybe the kid was about to go to school. Just checking to see if there's anything else of use in here. I don't see a melee weapon. Okay. So, we can equip this as a primary. Now we have a pistol. You see this little reticle. point this reticule where you're going to shoot. You want to point it on target. Do I have bullets in the gun? I do have bullets in the gun. Okay, so I have a partial mag of 11 plus 1. One's chambered already in this case, and there's a few. What we're going to do is we're actually going to eject the mag. We're going to hold R, and we're going to go eject mag. This is a little bit of a slow process, but the R button is just tapping. It seems to be troublesome losing magazines. We don't want to lose mags. So, we're going to load the bullets that we had spare into the mag. That's what that option in the bottom right is. Now that you see that's gone, and this is our only mag, we have 15. We're going to put that mag back in. And if we hadn't racked the gun, or if the gun didn't have a round chambered, we'd come down here and rack the gun. But the gun is ready to go, so we don't need to do that. So now, we're going to go ahead, and this can make a lot of noise and cause problems. We're going to shoot once, hopefully. You'll notice I walk up on him guns facing. It actually fired twice because this is a Glock 18 and it's automatic. This zombie's dead though. Done. The gun will make things a lot easier. However, I just fired and other zombies may have heard it. It doesn't look like a lot heard it, but that one is starting to walk this way. Now, we're going to go from here and we're going to go into the next door neighbor house. We want to still be quiet at this point. We don't have a lot of ammo. It's not a good idea to get into a fire. We need something else to swing. Okay. I don't have to shoot this zombie. When it's one-on-one like this, there are some other options. And we're going to try to push this zombie onto the ground. Just pushed him. It's a different animation when you have a gun. Swing. So we've killed that zombie. One less problem. Now, we're looking for something. The parrying knife is okay, but I would not rely on something like that. So far we're not. This is good. This house is a bit of a bust. Yeah, this house is a bust. Because I'm looking for something physically. That leads me to one of my other points right there. We don't have to fight these zombies, and we're not going to. That wasn't the point, but that's something to remember too. So we're going to disengage, because disengaging can be very useful. Press E to climb over this fence. You can also sprint over the fence, and your character will auto do it. Now, I'm going to go behind this house and see. I'm going to press E. Alright, we opened it. Now we're going to hold E. We can climb through the window. Now, what I want to do also is I press E and went back to the window. Turn around, press E. Zombie made it in. Gotta make sure you want to face them in this case. That could be a problem. Alright. Stomp on it. Kind of safe in here for a moment, but we're not safe. Close that window so they can't climb in. They will eventually break that one. We want to look to see if there's anything else we can use as a weapon. There's a dead mouse again. Got another rolling pin. This was an alright weapon. We'll grab it. And I'm actually going to equip that as a primary. Because I'd rather use the melee weapon right now, because I don't have a lot of bullets. And this gives us a little more of a fighting chance. Flute case is a flute, which I think you can just play to annoy zombies and attract them. The inside of a locked room, you can open. One thing you want to do is when you come out a door, you want to be ready. You don't want to come out like that. You also want to make sure you go in a place, because if they're right on the other side of the door, you could be in some trouble. Do not want to come through a door without being ready with the weapon ready. So you press E at the door to open it as you are ready in this position. Another thing is when you come around a corner, you want to always come around a corner as wide as you can, because you don't want them jumping. You come around the corner the best you can. Prevent them from getting you. I'm not going to waste my melee weapon here. This is all we got for the moment. Let's see if we can find some better melee weapons. If we find a crowbar or something, we'll be in a lot better shape. You don't want to run too much. You can always outwalk a zombie. You can see I'm outwalking that zombie. So, these zombies don't really have to worry too much. Now, if you feel a little like they're too close, sprint a minute. Sprint. There you go. Or just run it. Sprint is the alt key, and you don't ever want to use the alt key. That's like a mad dash and drain stamina quickly. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to walk down. I'm going to see if I can get into the police station. See, I get pretty close to a zombie without really being fearful of it. They're not that scary once you understand how to manipulate them. because they're pretty stupid creatures. I would sprint, but I can't afford it if I'm going to do the other things. So what I would like to do is find the police station or find a survivor house, anything with a gun. Find a police officer maybe with some more ammo. That's a possibility. Find a police car in the road and open the trunk. That could be a good option too if we can find that. But we just got to find it. Sometimes you can find keys in these or on the ground for these trucks and steal them. I don't know if either of these vehicles will look in good shape. That doesn't look in terrible shape, but I don't know, and I'm not about to check on it because I've got bigger priorities than a car. A car can be used to run zombies down. It is not the most effective weapon. And I apologize if I'm going faster, if this seems rude at all at any point, but I'm trying to teach, and I don't have feedback other than me talking, so if it's too fast, it's not meant to, but you can always pause and rewind and watch it again and see what I did. As far as the rudeness, I don't think I've been rude, but it may sound like I'm talking down to you, and that's not the intention. So, alright, I know where we're at. We're at the school. I even run along. You can see the zombies in some areas are much more popular. I didn't like being that close, so even I ran along. We're just going to keep walking. Just keep walking. That's what the boots are made for. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Little hiccup in the screen as it loaded. And we're going to look at the police station. And the reason why we're looking is because I don't actually think I can get the police station with what I can. But we will find out. There are options sometimes to manage. I got lucky. I had this Glock 18. We still have 15 rounds, so we have a little bit of firepower if it gets bad. And we'll see what we can do. Now, our goal is to get in and at least get a few boxes of 9mm, because we have a Glock 18 with a single mag. As long as we have that, one mag and the Glock, which that Glock will last a while before it breaks down. We don't need this either. So that as long as we have this Glock 18, there's a lot we can do as long as we have ammo. One magazine is far more ammo than you'd believe. This person right here has a duffel bag. Now, we don't really need it right now, but we're going to go ahead and kill this person. We've got room, and this is just a single person. Down, they fell down, so we're stomping as soon as we can to preserve our weapon. Scroll through the list and find the duffel bag. It's a little dark in this game. So we find the duffel bag. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to start walking. Now, I want to equip. I want to wear that. I'm going to wear that instead. Now, it swapped out our other backpack. That's fine. I'm going to throw this backpack down. If you wanted to keep it, it wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if you have a car to be used for organization. We don't need these shoes. I'm going to throw these down as well. Extra weight is... a pair of shoes like that's useless. Should I be fighting this one? Probably not. I just turned around and did it. Okay. Okay, this is a pizza joint. I kind of know where I'm at, and I think I'm a little far still from the police station. So we've got a bit of a ways to walk. And there's a Porsche over there. There's all kinds of vehicles and stuff, and sometimes you can't find the key. In fact, there's a key right there. Now, if you're near a car and you don't see the key, there's a search option. You hit enable search, and you'll notice it creates an arrow, but it kind of blurs you because your character starts to search. And that's for that Chevy right there, that little fucking black car. I apologize, I can't help it. It's just that's for anybody else who happens to watch this. This is not a professional video. This is, I'm doing this on the... So we're going to grab this, we're going to drag it into our key room. And you'll notice when I get near this car, a key symbol appears. It's because I have a key for it now. If I didn't, and you walk near a car, there's no key symbol. Again, we can try a search thing and see if a key is laying around and see if we can steal this Porsche. So far, not looking like it. It could also be these two zombies that we just killed, which the enable search mode seemed to disappear when I sprinted, which is no big deal. I'm not too worried about that. These zombies I just killed could have a key, so we want to check them real quick. Just take a quick look, and you just shift the scroll wheel. I am trying to teach you, and you some zombies don't want to fall over. Some are worried about not falling over. There we go. I don't know if it's dead still. So there, now it's dead. The closer you are to the head, normally the better is to kill it. But you can hit shift and scroll up with your mouse wheel so you can scroll through the bodies. None of these zombies have anything extra. However, this pair of clothes right here, this leather coat, if this was winter, this would be a little better to wear. Right now it's summer, but you can put that on, and it's going to help reduce the chance, or at least prevent you from getting bit. So now I'm in that coat. That's going to help protect me a little bit. Yeah, it's bloody. It's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and get in this car. And it just so happens because we have the door. My game is thinking for a minute. And this is the door lock button. It unlocks cars. Hit that, and it unlocks all doors. So even if you didn't have the key, now you could get in this car. So we're going to do two things. One, we're going to look at the trunk. Just see what's in there. A violin case of soup. It's not really worth anything. I'm not worried about it. Just going to leave it in there, though. Also, to start the car, you put the key in the ignition by clicking the ignition. Engine is in bad shape, it says, or at least that's what it looks like, but we're going to hit kill now. Okay, so the problem here is this car has no fuel, so this is useless. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to leave the key in the ignition, and we're going to get out of the car. All these little buttons that were on that display, though, have their own little features, like headlights, things of that nature. Other options, let's go over to this car. Maybe the key is in the car itself already. We're going to hit E. Get in. We can get in even without a key. What's in the glove box? Check the seats. Nothing. Some characters smoke as a negative effect, and that's why you'll find things like cigarettes. We're going to try to get in this car. This car also, the door is open, so that's nice. You saw some magazines in there. That's just for entertainment, to keep your character happy. Don't mind these bars. This is a mod that helps me see things. So this car right here, this van, really good condition, probably works really well. Can't open any of the doors. Where's the keys? I don't know. Could be in the vehicle. Could be on this guy right now. After keys can appear on zombies. Here's the key ring. What keys does he have? Vehicle Franklin value something. We're going to grab that. And we can also grab this key. You might as well grab them. They don't really weigh anything to hold the keys. Okay, they do have a little bit of weight, and that's why we leave keys at ignitions. Because nobody's going to steal your car. And look, all of a sudden we're in. We got that off them, and there's a duffel bag, money, bunch of crap basically. 12 gauge rounds, that's good. We're going to put those, we drag those from here to the duffel bag. I know it's hard to see, but because the duffel bag's the dark color, we could actually just grab this stuff. Where this stuff. And in this, the back of this is a lucky find. Shotgun shells. 44 Magnum. A sawed-off shotgun. I got really lucky here. You don't always get this lucky. This is a 22, it looks like. And then we grab that little bit of 22 ammo. We could grab this other stuff, this shell bandolier. We can wear this on our character. I just right-clicked hit wear. Right-clicked and then left-clicked on wear. And now this is a small inventory for bullets. We're kind of safe in the van. We're not 100% safe in the van, but we are safer in the van. We still can throw the ignition in, or throw the key in the ignition. And in this van, I can actually see the trunk from inside. Some vehicles you can do that. Others you have to get out and look. So I don't need to get out the back of this vehicle to look. But let's say I did. I would go back here. I would open it up. But we can see it's the same inventory. So we press E to open and close it. And then we press E to get back in the car. So, now, the bag, you'll notice I'm starting to pick up some weight here. Part of the reason this duffel bag, it's in my hands. We don't really want it in my hands. We can do a bag in a bag. It doesn't, like you can't compound it. So we're going to put this bag in, we're going to put it in this seat, the front right seat. That means the passenger seat is taken up with the duffel. Now, we can actually access the duffel bag and grab those 12 gauge shells, put those in the shell bandolier. The shell bandolier is the best place for all our shotgun shells. And these are 2 boxes of shells. So we can open those now or we can open those later. I'm going to leave them closed for now. We're about to go ahead and pick on some zombies. So we're going to equip this. So actually, in this case, we're going to have to get out of the car for just a second. We're going to equip this on our back. By putting it on our back, we can now press the 1 key. It also lightens our load. Because as soon as this goes on my back, you'll notice the weight has just come down by 4 pounds. If I put it in my hands, no extra weight. Press 1 again to put it up. So 1 is now the hotkey for this shotgun. You can swap other guns that are like rifles onto your back. Or a melee weapon can be swapped onto your back. If it comes off your back, though, if you don't put it in a bag, and you just drag it out into your main inventory, because you have to come down here, actually you can't. So if you try to drag another item here, it will go back into your main inventory, like this rolling pin, and just sit in your inventory. So we want to get that out of our inventory and put that somewhere a little better stored. If I had something like a hammer or a claw hammer in my pocket, I could use my belt to carry that. The rolling pin is not designed for that. So now we're going to hit R. In this case, we have an option to unload the shotgun. This is a little bit weird because it's a double barrel. I don't normally use that. We're going to load rounds, though. Load rounds. Okay, so in this case, this gun, yeah, because this gun is a tube-fed gun, and so it doesn't have magazines internal. You hold R, and you just use that one. And you can load rounds individually. So we have 4 plus 1 right now. That's all the shells we had out. If we want to get more shells, we can do, and we can take the Glock 18. We're going to take the Glock 18 and put it also in the bag. Good place for it right now. Keep our weight down. Because you're going to pick up a lot of things. You're going to find your weight gets really overloaded. We're going to open a box of 25 shotgun shells. Now, that box of shotgun shells, when we opened it, if you tried to sprint or walk while you're opening a box of shotgun shells, it will not open. You have to. Like if I try to do this again. Open box. If I walk, you'll notice it does unpack it, but the box went in my inventory and did not unpack. You must sit still to open a shotgun shell box. So now we've opened both shotgun shell boxes. We have 50 rounds. Grab as many of them as you can. If you have a shell bandolier, put them in there. The shotgun shells are definitely creating a little bit of clutter and weight. I'm going to hit R. We can't load any more shells, but they're ready to go. If we get into a firefight, which we're about to, we can use the R key and we hold R and we can reload the shotgun every time we run out. R, down, R, and then hit the reload button, which is up here in this case. Normally it's down here. In this case, it's up here. This is your change mag button. This is your reload your magazine button. Shotgun has an internal mag, so you're just reloading your mag. In this case, but the shotgun, which I don't normally use shotguns, this shotgun is a tube has a tube of shells. So in this case, it would unload the shells. Right, so we don't want to shoot these zombies. They're a waste of our time. It's always prudent to decide when and where not to shoot zombies. Yes, you have to respawn off, and eliminating these zombies can be helpful. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. We first need to acquire the resources to kill the zombie. Because if you're out of ammo and you get swarmed by a horde, what good was killing 30,000 zombies? Because we're not trying to do a respawn and come back if we can help it. We want to live and not die 1,000 times and keep all our stats and information. So I'm going to actually climb over this giant fence. These big fences can prevent you from getting killed. So this fence is going to hit E. If you're too weak like that, I couldn't climb over. Now we can try again. And apparently, I'm either a little too heavy or something. Oh, there we go. We got over. That sometimes is really easy. Other times, that could get you killed. So you need to be careful. I am surprised I actually got stuck on the fence twice. And it looks like I actually joined the wrong side of the fence. So I'm just going to keep walking. I probably was better on the other side. This is narrow with more zombies. This zombie looks like she was getting away. Just run. She tried to grab me, and I moved real quickly before she got me. And like I said, we're going to the police station. The reason why we're going to the police station is I want to show you one other thing. And I think that would get you kind of set up for the basics. Again, always, if you think you're going to slow down or stop somewhere, look around. Look around. Because it's not safe to just stop in the middle of the street and just stand there. I'm going to look around. Okay, we got a second to breathe. You can also sit on the ground to build up your stamina. But again, if let's say I want to run over here. I'm going to run over here because I know it's safe. And I know I need energy maybe. Like my stamina bar, which is over here. But you're not going to have this. You're going to have the moodle that pops up. which are these items, which are the basic identifiers. I've got the mod, so it tells me a little better. My stamina is going to regenerate faster sitting on the ground, and I can right-click and do this. You kind of want to look around and keep your head on a swivel. We know he's coming. He's far away. Not a big deal. We're going to wait. My right stamina bar is about done. In your case, you probably stand up shortly after your moodle disappeared. We're going to get up, and before he gets us, we're just going to walk off. This is the police station in Muldrow. This is going to be where the fun is, if there's any fun at all. If we can get in quietly, we're going to get in quietly. If not, and it looks like I can, we're going to grab, rather than what we've been doing, equip as a primary, we're going to grab the rolling pin out. Because if we can go quiet, we can get more ammo and better guns. Alright, rolling pin out. This zombie needs to go because she's seen us and she's going to be forever on our side. By not making noise with the shotgun is loud and it makes a lot of noise. I fucked up, so what did I do? Right away, hit space. Space to push back. If it gets too bad, we'll use the shotgun, but if I can handle them any other way, I will. Always remember to look around, especially trees. They hide zombies. You won't see them necessarily behind the trees or even in the trees. So you want to take a look around when you're near trees a little more often. Alright, so we've killed these 3. These are actually not real, by the way. You can drive a vehicle right through them. They're just kind of a design. So, we're going into the police station. Now, there's a problem with this police station. Ooh, we're not going into the police station yet. And you can see there was a zombie in there. I didn't even see him. He's like stuck or trying to get out. There's a couple zombies here actually. Let's fight them. And this is why multi-hits is valuable, because those 3 zombies are together and they hit multiples. I can control larger ones. If you don't have that, you get into a lot of trouble. And I can control very large ones. A little out of practice, but I can. Alright, take a look real quick just to make sure. That's why I ran in this case. Trying to crack your skulls 1 at a time, or 2 at a time, however many. Watch out for these crawlers. They're faster than the runners on the standard walk, but they are slower than these guys that are moving forward. Attacking a crawler while you're fighting the guys above will normally get you in a lot of trouble. So you want to separate them. Separate your crawlers. Right back this way. Separate your crawlers from your walkers. So now, it's actually getting a little worse. So I know he was coming. There's actually several coming. Nope, gun is broken. That's broken. So I could probably find another weapon, but we're not going to. We're just going to go loud. So we click. Shotgun out. But I am making a lot of noise. The shotgun has a spread shot. Now, I know I ran out the tube, so I'm going to load rounds. We hold it. And I think it racked it for us. In this case, it racked for us, which is nice. Fire, 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 fire. Not always is it a kill shot. And there's another key on the ground right there. You can normally see keys. You don't have to use that search feature, but you can see keys on the ground without them. There is reloading in the game, so saving your shells and stuff can also be helpful. The thing is, we're firing this shotgun now. We're pissing everything off in the area. See, everything under the sun has now come to us. So rather than do the fighting exactly here, I'm going to go ahead and back off. Sadly, I haven't been so much. And each kill improves your aim. This shotgun only has a few rounds, but this is an easy gun to keep reloading. So shotgun's not a bad idea, but it has the largest area that it wakes zombies up. And just like with the pistol, if a zombie ever gets too close, spacebar. Or if he's really too close, auto spacebar. What you can do is we pissed all these zombies off. So we're going to run rather than keep fighting. And if we do it right, we'll lose them behind the corner of this building. This is why we didn't turn their memory up to be too good or to make them too smart, because we didn't want them to know where we went and try to figure out where we've gone. We want them to go here and hang out here. Yeah, I've made a lot of noise, and there's no guarantee the police station is safe. But we can draw zombies off, and this is why you want their memory high enough, though, that they'll follow where they last saw you. I see one zombie. That's fine. We want to not fight him yet, because if we make too much noise, we'll aggravate more. And there's a couple zombies inside, I think, here. Okay, there's a couple. They didn't even pay attention, which is good. That's very good. So we're going to go into the police station. Sometimes you just have to walk away. Police station. Alright, that door. Break that door. So we're going to go in here. Maybe we can find a police baton in here. That will quiet us up a little. A holster. I'm going to wear this right now. Shoulder holster. And then we're also going to wear this holster. We'll eat this donut. You got to take time to maintain yourself at some point. I'm also going to get this water taken care of. We're in a locker room. There's water here. Now you need to be careful. I'm just walking around kind of willy-nilly. You might want to secure the area, unlike what I just did. I do not have a flashlight. It's dark in here. But, right here, there was a box, I think. Is it? Nope. I don't know where that is. And I'm going to see if I can find a flashlight. You need to be careful. Nightstick, nightstick, nightstick. That can go in our belt. The Glock from earlier can now go in the shoulder holster or in the regular holster. And now it's become a hotkey. All these weapons are hotkeyed now. You can stack yourself pretty nice and have emergency weapons this way. We're hoping... Flashlight, that's good. Oh, shit. That's an option too. Sometimes when you get trapped, it's better not to back into a corner. But to just go ahead and... Oh, and you see, I got bit. That hurt. That's bad. Oh, and that's how they got in. So now we need to hit our heart little thing here. We're in severe trouble here. That's a laceration. I'm fucked. I did not prepare for this at all. If I had a wrap of some kind, I could do something. I'm gonna bleed out. I bled out. So, if I had some sort of bandage, that was the worst possible thing to have happened. I got bit and got a laceration, or I got attacked and got a laceration. You can bleed out that quick in a game if you're not careful. This is why you would actually keep bandages on you. You can at least apply a bandage. If that would have been a deep laceration, I'd have had to sew that sucker up. The game can get very difficult. And so, we're going to just continue with new character. I'm going to go right back to Muldra. I'm going to load my character, just as is. Same person. And I'm going to make a quick run for this place. Just to show you that you can get your stuff back. Right. If you ever want to know what time of day it is, wearing a watch will put a timer up here for you. So in this case, I'm just going to sprint all the way there. I want to get there quick. Let's see, maybe if we get far enough away from the zombies, I'm going to look at the map real quick. This is not a safe spot. One of the benefits... They're a little quick still. Alright, so we're here. Oh, God. It can be pretty hairy sometimes. So I'm going to stand right here for a second. One of the benefits of having an unfilled out map is you can kind of tell where you're at easier. Anywhere you've gone, the map will fill itself out. Anywhere you haven't gone, won't be filled out. So having the map filled out can be a benefit as well as a burden, because you may not realize where you're at. You're a little icon on that map. So I'm clearly in a far position from where I want to be. Shotgun. If I can kill that person, I can take that shotgun. A little too many zombies to be trying to hand fight them like that. You can fight them like that, but you gotta be really careful. And so it's just better to not. Try not to test yourself more than you need to. That's how you die. Here. All the struggle left here. It's worn and it's dull, but it's a weapon. Now, I at least have some sort of weapon to defend myself, and I could go back for that shotgun. I'm going to go back for the real deer. And here are some chickens. You need like an animal crate or something to catch them, or you can shoot them on the fly if you just wanted to kill the chickens. I'm not too interested in that right now. That's stuff I haven't played with and not what I'm trying to show you. Same with that little baby chickens right there. Little babies! I didn't even know. These are things that are new to me. Not heavy, so easy to climb over that fence. The heavier you are, the harder it is. We're going to also, once again, dump that. Alright, we're going to just walk for a bit. And the reason why we want to walk is to rebuild our stamina. Again, if we sat down, it'd be a little faster. Run. I wonder if there's anything in the back of that police car. Just because it's in the junkyard doesn't mean there isn't ammo in there. In fact, we're going to go find out. The joys of finding police cars. You want to find police cars. Again, be careful around vehicles. Zombies can hide. As we squeeze through here. Look, nothing. Had the weapon at the ready. And look, there's weapons and ammo back here. Grab this CZ. Grab one. I'm going to grab the mag. And I'm going to grab all these boxes of ammo. Now this is going to weigh a little more because it's going in our pockets versus the backpack. And we're going to put that in our side as just an extra. And we're going to go back and get our gun. So, now that we've done this, and you might be able to salvage a vehicle or fix a vehicle in a junkyard like this. I don't actually know that. There's a BMP busted up here. I don't know why, but Kentucky has a lot of Russian equipment in Project Zomboid. I do not know why. That's a freaking BMP. That's a BMP-2. There's a Suburban back here. All kinds of stuff. The game is dated from 1992. That's why you won't see modern cars. It's supposed to be like the year 1992. You can use this fence also to make yourself safer. Hiding behind a fence and sitting down for a while, maybe if you're tired. Like you see, I just got that lung exhaustion. That's not great. Alright, so we're going to equip this as primary. Now, I'm going to hold R. I have a mag in it, so I'm going to eject that mag. I'm going to insert a 16-round preloaded mag. The other mag I picked up was preloaded, which is nice. And we can't load any more rounds because while we have the boxes, they're not open. So what are we going to do? We're going to stop, open a box. It's a little dangerous right there, but it'll be fine. And now we're going to hold R, and we're going to stuff the other mag full. It doesn't hurt to sometimes wiggle wander a little bit just to kind of keep the zombies from grabbing you. You don't want to walk into them. Now, I'm going to go north up here is the plan. And with this gun, I'm going to clear a lot. This pistol's a lot quieter than that shotgun was, and I can make a lot of headway when it comes to clearing zombies. Especially with 6 boxes, that's 300 rounds of 9mm. And if you're careful, you can kill a lot of zombies. And then liberate more ammo. Alright, I'm clear for a second. Not long, just want to look where we're at, and I have passed the police station. So I need to hang back. I know where the police station is. So we're going to hang back, though, and go towards the police station. The police station was the blue icon on the map. If you want to scroll back to watch it, that would be the easiest way for you to see it. Stamina is kind of in that low point. Rather than keep running, I'm going to sit on the ground for a minute. Because it's better to be able to run than not be able to run. This is an alright, safe location. We're going to kill every one of those zombies. Also, this pistol so happens to have a laser sight on it, improving our ability to shoot just that much more. And, in real life, I think I'm actually going to get one of these CZs. I think they're pretty freaking cool. And it's a Czech weapon, and I think the Czechs build good weapons, I've found. So, in real life, like, the Czechs build all kinds of weapons. But, we're going to make our way back up. So, again, if you see a police car, check the back of the police car. You might have to secure it, pull the zombies away, but once you can get into the back of the car, have a gun. And that's when, at this point, you would definitely make sure you want to go around things, stay away, because now you're armed. You're far more dangerous this way. You can effectively, especially on lower zombie populations, you can effectively deal with a lot of zombies with just a little bit of ammo. So I no longer care. 9mm is one of the best guns in this game. Most of those zombies will go down from 1 or 2 hits. Just climbed out the wall. Even though it didn't that one, it got that one because they were in the wall. Look around. Just hit the gun doesn't mean you don't be careful. I clicked, I'm empty. If you notice and you count your rounds, this gun carries 16 rounds of mag. If you count your rounds, you don't have to do what I'm doing right now, which is insert this mag, and then hold R, and then rack it. Which actually, that's weird, because it's not racking in the game with Fatality, but it's racking here. Sometimes you may have to go in and rack the gun if it's not loading. Be careful about shooting cars. I just put 2 bullets in my car. There is a limited effective range. You'll notice there's a red when I'm on. If I'm not on target, which is empty, so we're going to hit R. We have to reload a mag anyway, so we're just going to reload that mag first. Don't want to trap ourselves. We're going to do that. We're going to eject this mag. We're going to insert this mag. And the game racks the gun, which is lovely. Fire, fire. When I'm playing with fatalities, I don't get this. I have to rack the mag every time. It's really annoying. And it makes extra there, there. Some zombies crawl. In this case, pretty much crawling. Just want to cut it down. The more accurate you are to their head, by the way, with that, they drop better. Although that one didn't die either. So again, reload a mag. We have a spare. If we didn't have a spare, we would eject the mag first. I have a spare, so I can reload a mag, then eject the mag, and then load the other mag. So we do that, eject, insert a mag. And honestly, you want to also be careful. Yes, I've got 300 rounds of pistol, but one other thing to be thinking about is where you're making your noise. We don't want to make our noise too far and draw more zombies in from another location. So now, because even though I just cleared this area and shot zombies, other ones are coming right to place. Because zombies nearby heard the gunshot, but they didn't find us. You can move and fire. And again, always do a circle. It might look clear for a moment, but don't trust it. Stop to get a better aim sometimes. Because moving does affect your ability to shoot effectively. And you notice I don't get a red circle on it. However, pistols have a limited effective range. And that may also come with your aiming skill. But you only can shoot so far. This is why you want to get a hold of a rifle, like an AR. But you should also be careful when you use your ARs. You may not have a lot of ammo. And a bigger mag means you don't have to reload as often, which is a lot better. Okay, so we're going to eject the mag in this case. I'm going to load this mag and hopefully the other one. Although I think I ran out of ammo. It loaded 2 rounds. You need to open up a box. The more mags you have, maybe the more boxes you want to open at once. We're going to load this mag. Walk a circle in this case because you can't aim. You can't aim while you're reloading. But you can walk a circle, so you can make a quick circle And you're just scanning the area. Scanning it out. Now, done. Load the mag. Again, we're going to circle back inward. We want to be within this horde because we want to keep the zombies from them. We don't want to draw extra. If we had 1,000 rounds, it wouldn't be a big deal. We could do our actions from a little different location. Fire. Pick a good spot, but you don't want to just start engaging from anywhere. Like, you obviously don't want to be engaging 5 people that's behind you. We're looking around, making sure we're safe. One came up behind us, and that's how easily they can appear. Listen for your noises. You hear zombies. You can hear them sometimes. Reload. Yeah, I know I'm not looking at them. That's fine. I have a mental note of how far away. You can't rely on that. But always check, and if you feel uncomfortable, move. Better to not get bit and let your instincts save you. Your instincts not save you. Now there's a lot of dead zombies all of a sudden when I got a pistol. I love the 9mm. Can't get over how good they are. AKs, AR-15s, great guns as well. I just love the 9mm because it's a quiet gun, so it doesn't draw a lot of attention. And you get a lot of rounds and a lot of kills per mag. You can control the environment pretty easily this way. Got a moment, we're going to top off this other mag. Find time, top off the mag. You can see, look what the zombies do. We also are reloading. We speed up on reloading still. We gain skill on reloading, which means you can do that faster in the field. But you do need to be careful, and that's why I carry 15 mags in the game with Fatality. Because I don't like to play that reload game, and I'd rather have 150 rounds or more, or 300 rounds to save. Glass. Now you see that door breaking. A zombie can break that door. A zombie can absolutely break that door. We're going to go back outside. And again, we're out of ammo. Another box open. You can also sometimes pack boxes to make them a little more compact, but you don't want to do that if you want to have access to them quickly. And I know I'm like, this is the least dressed you'll ever be probably. Kill all the zombies, but a zombie can break that door, and if the zombie breaks the door, they've done you a favor in there. So let them break the door if you can. Use the zombies sometime. Just like they broke this door. They broke it, not me. They did. So now, there's the weapons door. We only have one door to get through. Now, here's something really cool. Let's say you want to get in this room. We're gonna pick this up. I'm a little too heavy, I think. No, I should be able to pick this up. Has items in the container. So we're going to grab these things, we're going to just click, drag it down. That's going to throw it all on the floor. And we're going to pick this up, because you can pick up entire filing cabinets and other objects. And we're going to go ahead and place this right here in front of the door. It will become a barrier that the zombies can't get through. This can give you some peace of mind. Now, the zombies can eventually probably beat this down and get rid of it, but until then, you're fine. Now, we want to open this door. No luck. Maybe, and I'm going to move this for a minute, we could get lucky and find a key. If we find a key, we can just bypass the door. If we don't find a key, there is another way to get past this door. So we're going to look through the police officers and see if we can find a key. And also, we still need to go find our other person. A 9mm round, we're going to take that. A loose round is still a round. That's a kill, maybe. We're looking. Empty shotgun shells, no big deal. And I'm hitting shift by accident. Bad habit. Always watch if they go down in one hit, because they're likely not down. Normally, if they fall down twice, they're dead, though. So, we're looking for police officers more than anything. Police station key. Whoever this was had a key. What key is this for? Find out. Maybe we're just going to open this door. It is not the key for that. It probably opens regular doors. We can still keep looking, because it's better to just open the door than have to fight to open the door. 9mm mag, that's an M9 mag. It will not go in this CZ. But you want to look at the mag anyways just to make sure if the ammo is there that you can pull rounds out of a magazine. You can find a mag, look at it, right click on it, and unload the mag. Steal the rounds from mags. You can do the same to guns. You can eject the mag from a gun, take the ammunition from that mag, and rack the rifle if there's a round in the chamber. Take those rounds for yourself. Not always the most important thing to do, but if you need ammo. I don't like that. That looked like it was moving. That's rare. You shouldn't see that, but apparently it's not moving. So I died also back here, and apparently I did not turn. I just died from bleeding, so I was not infected. Because I was not infected, my character just fell down. If I would have been bit, I would have been infected, I would have turned. We could, as of this moment, we're going to grab our key ring, and we're going to drag it out real quick. Drag it to the ground, and then we want to grab this Franklin key. We want to get our key back. We also want to get this key, because why not? Might as well have the keys on the key ring. Just be careful, I guess, not to have too many keys. I just learned that in this video. Most of this doesn't matter. We could grab this other nightstick. Now we have 2 nightsticks. You can't really dual wield them. You can kind of dual wield them, but you can't. We could grab this Glock 18, and in this case, we're going to eject the mag. We're going to do that right away. Just right-click, eject mag. Mag's out. Going to, in this case, we're going to hold R. We're going to rack it. And as much as I love Glocks, we're going to unload this mag, and we're going to throw this pistol on the ground. You might want to store these for a later date. I'm not going to. So we're going to pitch that. I don't know where, and the Glock is in my hand right now. That happens a lot. You got to make sure you're looking for something. It may very well be in your hand and in this lower inventory. The lower inventory with this line is what's currently equipped. So we want to re-equip. This is our primary. And we're going to throw this Glock 18 down. We don't need another 9mm. We could use one, but we don't need it. Okay. So now we're going to equip this duffel bag again. We're going to put this holster on. I'm going to wear this. I'm going to grab these shotgun shell. We're also going to put the shell bandolier back on. I'm going to wear that. We're going to grab these shells, because why not? And the axe, I no longer want as a primary. As much as it would be nice to have, we go from here. We're going to find the axe somewhere in our inventory. It's one on our back, so it's kind of weird. It's in a weird spot. You got to search your inventory sometimes. And so, we've done all that. Where's the shotgun? There would have been a shotgun. Oh, it's on the ground. The shotgun did get dropped. So we're going to grab the shotgun and put it on our back. So we have it. We're probably not going to wear it long enough. And so what we're going to do now that we've got our stuff back and we're a little more better armed, and we should feel safe, and that Glock 17 mag, I unloaded it. You can see I've got more loose rounds than when I opened the box. I'm going to hit R just to double check. All our mags are loaded. That's great. Check your mag. You can hold R. And look, 10 plus 1 is in the mag of 16. We're going to eject it. And we're going to load it. Because fuck not having a full mag. You're going to insert that mag. The game will not rack it this time because the mag is already preloaded. So you don't lose the round chamber. You never lose the round chamber. Let's go check to make sure it's just a little bit more secure. Remember, when you go up, make sure you're in the best position popping up, especially when you're going to lose views. Like the map just changed to go up a level. We couldn't really see until we got up there. Now we're going to go down. You come around this corner. If you came around this corner and you're going to open this door, you're going to open the door. You open the door, and you back up right away. Just like you do in real life. You open the door, back up. If you're going to come around this corner, and this door is already open, but you don't know what's there, the zombie could be right here behind this wall. Could be right on the other side of this wall. And so what you want to do is you want to come around that corner and look before you go in, because you could get yourself killed. Now, zombies do stink when they die, and that's a bit of a problem. They can make you sick, and it can kill you. That smell will eventually get to you. For a short time, especially while there's not a lot of zombies dead, it's not a big deal. I think we turn that off in your game. But if you play with if you ever end up getting internet out where you're at, like on your computer, and not just your phone, okay, so we hit that, and we're going to hit put down, place. This little icon that looks like a cupboard, that's what we're looking at, and now we place that. We're safe in here. This bad smell's still bothering us, because we're close to a lot of bodies. We're not going to want to spend too much time in here. we've got time for now. We're going to equip this as a primary. And I'm just going to swing at this door. And this is why we set guns to a button. And it takes a while. This may seem like it's going to take forever, but don't worry. You'll eventually get through this door. You can break this door with fire irons and other things. You're breaking down this door. The chain fence to the left supposedly can't be broke, or at the very least is very, very, very durable. This door is weak. So we want to break this door. So, when I finish this video, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. And hopefully you'll be able to watch this, and this will kind of teach you, because I want you to like this game. Because this is probably the game closest to what you would enjoy as a zombie survival game that has ever been made. There are others, but I think this one is probably the best about it. It's not first-person perspective, but they're hitting all the targets, I think. Other than that, they've got a really good idea of what they're doing. If this weapon also breaks, we'll just grab another one. That's what we're going to do. We'll use another police baton. I'm a very strong character, though, so this door might break before this baton breaks. I don't know. We'll find out. What we can find out, though, is you look at the nightsticks. You can even see just down here. Condition and damage. Damage is moderate. Condition is only a third missing. That's good. You can monitor your weapons that way as a way to know how long until it breaks. Your pistols, your rifles, and shotguns also have the same mechanic. As the gun breaks down, eventually it will break. It might even jam if that's a thing you have set. In this case, the gun isn't going to break down or jam. I think in mine, I'm not sure. Because I didn't look at the settings too. How long until we break this door? I don't know. That's a really good question in this case. But we're going to keep beating this door until it goes down. Because it will go down. We can't shoot the door. If we could shoot the door, I would. But there's wire in the door. If this was a glass door, you could probably shoot through the door and go through the door. Which is something else we need to talk about before we finish. Is going through windows. Especially when you don't have leather gloves. That have broken glass, like you can see in the bottom right corner of my screen right now. So, also, in the meantime, while we're doing this, what would be the next thing you would do? I've got guns, I've got ammo. Not a lot, but I've got ammo. And I can definitely get more, especially after we get this. I'll have so much 9mm, it will be funny. Probably keep a couple extra CZ mags and a pistol. And I'll be really, really safe after this. My next goal would be to find a vehicle. And then locate a location where I feel I can protect. And then where I can store as much refrigerated food and water as possible. Those are the two biggest things you're going to need. You need water, because we all need water. And you need food. Because you will starve to death if you're not careful. I'm probably already losing weight with the energy I've expelled in this game. But those would be the two next things. So we're going to grab the van, would be the next thing we'll do. And then after we grab the van, we're going to go ahead, and I know some places that are really safe. But we're just going to go find a place to bunker down. And you can make the police station that location. There's no reason that you can't leave this place as your place. Board up the windows, unless you just don't feel you can protect it. If you feel you can protect it, you can make this your location. I'm going to find out I can't actually break this door with a baton. I know I can do it with the tire iron. I don't know about the baton, actually, but I hope I can. Eventually, this door should break. If a zombie can break it, I should be able to also. process. I think we'll try the axe. I have the axe. Whip in both hands. This might do a better job. So again, in this case, because we put the axe in our hands, it's not really going to weigh us down too much, and the baton is going to go in our belt pocket. So now we're beating this door with an axe. Let's see if this makes it any faster. Who knows, it might go down in a few hits. It'd be really nice. If we had a sledgehammer, we could go through the wall. Sledges are the ultimate weapon for getting into rooms. There we go. And it probably wasn't the axe that did it, but the overall damage. But the axe definitely, I think, made it faster. And now we can look, and you can see there's ammo. You can see already, that's another 209mm. That's not including the other guns. 7 more mags. Some of these mags are loaded. Not all mags are loaded, though. You look, that one's loaded, but that one's not. So, if you see one, if you look at this and you see 0 on that, open the mags up. Look. Because some of these mags may or may not be loaded. Even if it doesn't say it has any, or if it does say it has some. Like this one says none are loaded. Want to look anyway. Because one of these mags, it be loaded possibly, but it only shows the top mag. Same with pistols. There's 2 pistols here. 17 and 17. Okay. So far not too good on my example. Of something that's Mini 14 if you want, fires 223 rounds is the caliber on that thing. So if you find 223 rounds, that's an effective way to use those rounds. The reason why you'll have multiple guns. 2 mags, ammo, no ammo. Gun, neither one of them seems to be loaded. Don't ever say, well, the gun isn't loaded because it's in a safe, because it very well could be. This game does what it wants to do. I'm going to look over here. There's more ammo and guns here. And you'll see a lot of the guns are spread out in this case because I've done stuff. You see another 6 boxes here. The other one had 4. This had 6. A lot of it looks the same. There's an AK-47. So now we can take the 7.62, but there's not a lot of 7.62. So if you don't have enough 7.62, you might want to carry the shotgun, or you might just not even want to carry it at all. So you need to consider what you're going to carry. Like how much ammo? Another 9 boxes of 9mm. There's so much 9mm in this game, and that's why I love it. These boxes are 50 rounds, so there's 100 rounds of 7.62. You could get away with a good number of kills with the 7.62. There's 50 rounds in a box. Another 8. Scrolling through this. And just remember, this is a police station. This is just one area. There's also an evidence locker down below in this police station. So we'd have 150 7.62 rounds so far. Does have 7.62? I never looked. 1, 2, 3. So you could have 200 7.62 rounds. I would warrant that enough to equip the AK. Where's the AK? The AK is in this one. Grab any gun you want, but I would equip this AK in this case. If there was an AR-15 and 5.56, I'd carry that. For some reason, the police, though, believe in 7.62, while the military is using the 5.56. I don't understand it, but it's just how the game works. And we're going to grab the ammo. And you'll notice I've already got this inventory up. You can have an inventory up and drag straight to an inventory, or drag to the icon. I'm going to do this. You know, 7.62 there, and okay, there we go, because I missed one. Always double check, because you never know. I'm going to also grab another 9 boxes of 9mm. I'm not going to play this game long term. I'm just trying to show you. But this is what I would do. I would at least grab and have 450 rounds. I can always come back here. No one else is here to steal my stuff. This stuff will never disappear, because you've already searched it. There's that. We can check these lockers real quick. Elbow pads, that's a little bit of protection. Where? Left elbow. Where? I think I just put the both on the same one. You can put this helmet on if you want. I'm not going to wear it, but I will wear this bulletproof vest. That's going to help protect me. If the zombies try to bite me on the chest, I'm now that much more protected. You'll notice my weight has gone up. Something has weighed me down, and I don't know what it is. Probably the AK, in addition to all this. So we're going to put the axe back. I'm going to put these boxes of ammo into the bag. This is going to help reduce our weight. This is why we carry a backpack everywhere we can. If we had like a military like Molly, or there's a couple of, they call it like Alice packs, there's a few different terms. If we had one of those, we would be able to put a lot of stuff. You can stuff a lot of stuff, there, magazines, things of that nature, but we don't. So right now, since we don't have that, we got to make do with what we have. So we're going to clip that to the right elbow, and that takes some weight off of us. We're still heavy, probably because, again, we got an AK in our hands, and then we also have a shotgun. I'm going to take the shotgun. I don't need the shotgun anymore. Nice as it is, too much weight, makes too much noise. Dumping it. Do that. The red symbol means the backpack is full. There's no more room in the backpack. Now, what else do we not need? Don't really need all this other ammo now. The idea of keeping all that ammo was in case we found something good. I'm also getting a little queasy here by standing near all the smell. The further you get away, the better chance you're not going to smell it, but I think I'm too close no matter what. I'm going to have to get out of this area and find another spot. This money can go away. We don't need that, and that would be something that you'd get rid of first, maybe. Like, who needs a stock certificate? I do not know how to get in these safes, by the way. If you can, then you can. I think it'd be through with a welding torch or something like that, and you could like cut a hole in it, or cut it down and break it down and find what's in there. But I don't know how to get in them. They may just be for design and decoration. So now, I'm going to open one box of this. We're going to hold R. This has a folding stock. That's something new to me. I've never dealt with it, but I'm going to leave my stock extended. I'm going to eject this mag. And this rifle is actually coming with a scope already pre-mounted, which is good. Because the scope mounted to your rifle is just going to be that much more range to shoot at. You'll be more effective at range. I only have the one mag so far, so we need to look and see if we can find any more AK mags. Because more mags are always better. And if you don't like all your mags collapsed or opened up like that, the pistols, collapse them real quick. It'll make your life a little easier searching. And in this case, shell bandolier, now we don't need that. It does not look like there's another AK mag, so you've got just the one mag, and you'll have to reload on the fly. But you do have an AK, so you might want to use the AK, put the AK away, and then pull out the pistol to finish the job. Or, if you're in a hurry, or you can just sit back after you empty this mag. Which, by the way, right now, if we wanted to, we could eject the mag. Load the one bullet. And this would be to rack it, but we don't want to rack the rifle. We're just going to insert it because there's already a round and the gun's already racked. We're going to move this. Again, using this little button. We're going to click this one to place it. And we just want it out of our way. Get it out of our way. Right. Water is a big deal. If we had a plastic bottle of water, that would be something also to grab. You want to right-click to get rid of that. We're going to grab this flashlight. There are attachable flashlights in the game, just not here. I'm going to drink some water. Drink. So we're not thirsty anymore. And ideally, you want to find a plastic bottle. It could be in the trash can. So, a pop can. Not the greatest option, but it's still something. So we're going to do this. Right-click on the sink and fill. We're going to fill this empty can. It will be some water that our character will auto-drink. So we can walk around with this, but it has to be in your main inventory. So you always want to keep like a bottle in your pocket, essentially. So we're going to go down here real quick. Just going to show you. I'm not going to break this one down. But again, in this area, although most of the zombies probably came out of here, so this is likely safe, but never 100% assume. Again, around the corner, I'm a little more not worried, but gotta be careful. A security door is right here. This security door is blocking the evidence room. And in this evidence room, there is a bunch more guns. I'm not going through this door right now. I don't need the guns. We're going to go out and grab the car, essentially. Also, I think I'm going to end this right here because I don't think you really need much more guidance than this. Because after this, for now, it's kind of for common sense how to do this. Oh, the window. So, right-click on this window. So you want to go through this window, or any window for that matter, but it's broken. If you do not have leather gloves, it is not safe. Do not climb through a broken window by holding E. You want to right-click on the window, remove the broken glass. This would protect your hands, not hurt yourself, and now you can hold it and go through. If I would have gone through that window with that, I would have cut my hands, and that's going to affect my ability to shoot, swing weapons, all kinds of things. And you'll notice now that I'm out here, I'm far enough away from anything that smells. My queasiness hasn't gone away, but the smell symbol has gone away. You can also see I'm in pain. Why am I in pain? Muscle strain. Because I've been a very busy boy today. Or busy girl. We're going to go ahead and take these extra rounds. We're going to throw them in our bag. All these rounds, we don't need them right now. Throw them in our bag. You may not need 2 nightsticks. It'd be better to take one of the nightsticks, especially maybe the broken one, unless you want to break your broken one. Put it in the bag. If you had a Molly or something, or an Alice pack, you can do something else with that. We're going to throw that magazine in there. And again, our character will sip on the water as needed. And now we've reduced. And actually, this shoulder holster, I'm going to wear it. Oh, we can't. We can't wear the shoulder holster and the police vest. So I'm going to pick the police vest for safety reasons. But if you wore the shoulder holster can carry 2 mags as a storage, because it can act as a storage. And a hot slot for weapons. So by the way, we drag our CZ pistol now down to there. Our AK is not currently equipped on our back. We're going to put that on our back. We're going to just drop this guy. There's no reason to use it anymore. There we go. Hit F, we'll pull out the flashlight. Press F to turn it on and off. To put it up, you will have to hold F and flashlight unequipped. It always goes back to your main inventory. If you don't want it there, put it in your bag. But, let's say you want the flashlight back out, just hit F. There's also casings. There is reloading in this game. That's something else. And the flashlight's automatically on. So be careful. It can be really helpful when driving because the light for the flashlight's better than the car headlights, it seems. But the flashlight can run out of power and you'll have to find new batteries. So you don't want to burn out your flashlight. So a good way is always to make sure your flashlight's off. This turn on flashlight, the flashlight's off. And now, we have a key here. What is this key to? If we could get this box truck, that would be better than that van. I'm gonna grab this key. I bet you it's in this car. No, it's not. It's gonna be the station one. No. Oh, it is for the box truck. So we can now get in this box truck. If you wanted to get into this thing and you couldn't get in, you can break a window. And we'll show you that in a second. We're going to hold V by getting in this side of the seat, by the way. And we're going to switch seats. We're going to go to 1. We're going to put the key in with either W or click the ignition. And you can see this vehicle has the same problem. There is no fuel. So this vehicle is currently no good, but we want to leave the key in the ignition because why? No one's going to steal these vehicles. And that means when you have the fuel, you can put the fuel in there, and you're not searching for the key later. If you were to die, don't have the key anymore because it's on your other body. You don't have to go find it if it's in the ignition. We leave keys in the ignition. Also, this little guy had work. Like, it actually points to where the gas cap is. So, let's say I want to get into this car. Rather than break this window, which I think this car is 100% locked. Try. Okay, it's locked. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to right-click and have our melee weapon out. I'm going to beat this window until it breaks. It can be easier to pick certain windows. Can't see that window. Try a different window. Maybe I'm hitting the frame of the car. I don't know. So we're just going to go ahead. Well, ain't this something? The window don't want to break. You know what? I'm going to check. I can check this way. I can look at the structural integrity of the windows. I hold V near a vehicle, and it gives a menu wheel. You can look at them. And you can see all these different parts on the vehicle. If we look at the window, front right window is at 51%, and the right rear window is now at 69%. I'm going to hit the X on that. It's going to take a lot of hits, apparently. Again, we're near a dead zombie, and so it smells. This is the biggest problem with having the smell thing on. But if you had a gas mask, it would protect you from this. Remember to be careful, you're making noise. Look around, although it's pretty safe now. We've done a lot of work in this area. And it isn't that hard if you get your stuff together to do a lot of work. We'll hear it when the window breaks. We get bored, we can go check again. Alright, check. And there was a V smash window. Rather than beating the window like I did, there might be another option here, actually. So the window's down to 28%. So I am working it, but however, we're going to try this other thing that I should have just tried in the first. Smash front window. So much easier. Now, hold V near the car. The door was locked, but we can now reach through, unlock it. We can get in the car, and now we can check the glove box, because sometimes the key is in here. And we can also hold V, switch seats. We can unlock all the doors, unlock the trunk. Now, we don't have a key for this vehicle, but we can now get in and out of this vehicle. If we look in the back, we can see there's an empty gas can. We could grab a gas can from this vehicle, go to the gas station while there is power, and fill the gas can up. Then bring the gas can back here and fill this vehicle up. And then we could have this vehicle. But I'm going to stop there. I'm going to process this because this is already a long video. And hopefully this gets you going. Remember, V is a key. Whenever you're near something, especially a vehicle, hold V. Just as a reminder, hold V. And that's going to give you your options. If you drive a vehicle up to a gas station and you need fuel, hold V with the vehicle near the pump, and your character will find the pump and try to fuel the vehicle. If the pump has fuel, you will be able to fuel the vehicle. The way we set your game also, most of the stuff should have a lot of fuel in it. But if you run into a vehicle that doesn't have fuel or you need fuel, this is how you get fuel. And that's how you manipulate the game a little more. Alright, I'm going to end it right here.